Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel for your second video of the day here on GBFC. This is of course a channel where we talk about Chelsea. If you want to find out my thoughts on the latest Chelsea transfer news, check out the previous video. I'll stick it as a card somewhere up here on the screen, or there's a link in the description. This video is your Chelsea versus Morecambe FA Cup third round preview. A couple of years ago, you remember we played Manchester City in both the Carabao Cup at the earliest possible opportunity and the FA Cup away at the Etihad in the third round. When I saw that Chelsea had drawn Morecambe in the FA Cup third round, no disrespect to the Shrimps, this is a big day for them. We played against them I think 5 years ago. I think we won 4-0. Hakim Ziyech I think scored on that day. I might be completely wrong with this. But, let me show you something right now, because this is actually... If Chelsea don't win this game, basically, based on this is the League 2 table, all right? This is Walsall, Crewe Alexandra, Salford City, Port Vale. You guys have all heard of these teams, right? And we just keep scrolling. We just keep going down. And Morecambe currently sat 23rd in the League 2 table. They have won 2 out of their last 5 league games. Let's give the credit where credit's due. That's Carlisle. We don't want to look at them, but they did win last time out on New Year's Day. 2-0 win at home to Tranmere Rovers. Then they lost 1-0 at Salford on the Sunday before it. They won at Carlisle. They've had a couple of postponed matches due to the absolutely bonkers weather that is in the United Kingdom right now. But Chelsea Football Club, FA Cup, we have got heritage in this tournament. We won the first ever final at the new Wembley. We've got a great record in this competition. And I think when it comes to the squad that we've got right now, Enzo Maresca has had a good start to life as a Chelsea manager. Not only should we be brushing aside Morecambe, making it into the fourth round draw, you can only beat what's put in front of you in the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, any cup competition. You're at the mercy of what the draw has to offer you. And I think when it comes to the FA Cup this year, Chelsea should absolutely be going for this. We need to get ourselves a trophy. It's been a while since me, you, any of us Chelsea fans have been able to celebrate seeing a trophy aloft above our shoulders, medals around the players' necks. It's a great feeling. And there's nothing quite like the FA Cup. It's the oldest football competition in the world. Obviously, the value and the way that it's seen these days, because football is such a money-oriented sport now, where obviously you get X amount for winning the Premier League, you get loads for winning the Champions League, and the FA Cup in terms of prize money doesn't really touch the sides of any of the bigger trophies. But in terms of that footballing heritage, winning an FA Cup, there is nothing quite like it. So, without any further ado, we are going to build my Chelsea lineup here. And you're probably going to look at this, and I doubt this is actually going to be what it is. As much as Morecambe, let me just remind you once again where our good friends the Shrimps are in the table. They're 23rd in League 2, okay? No excuses, Chelsea. We've absolutely got to go out there and put on a performance. We've not won in 4 matches. We've been on a dreadful run. The matches that we've been playing, I look at Everton, Fulham, Ipswich and flipping Palace. We should have got at least 10 out of the 12 available points there. We got 2. We only scored 2 goals during this time. So as of right now, we're not necessarily in a crisis. Some people might say, classic laptop breaking again. Some people might say Chelsea in a crisis. I don't think it is. But obviously, this game we're expected to win. We're expected to win comfortably. And I want to see us in the hat for the fourth round. So, when it comes to the goalkeeper, Philip Jorgensen is my keeper today. Some people might be like, well, it's a League 2 side. No, we're not going to put Bettinelli in goal. Bettinelli is there for the vibes. He's a great person to have around the dressing room. And we're seeing a lot of chopping and changing right now from Enzo Maresca. We saw pictures of Jorgensen this week training. And you can see that he's actually got the ball at his feet. He's playing with the outfield players. So I think Maresca is trying to train Philip Jorgensen up so that he's a lot more comfortable and confident with the ball available at his feet. So we've got Philip Jorgensen in goal. I've gone with a relatively strong backline, but at the same time, we've got changes that are obviously going to happen here. I've got Malo Gusto at right back, Josh Achampong continuing in the right centre-back position alongside Tosin. with Renato Vega at left back. The likelihood is we'll probably see Axel Disasi in the back line, but at the moment, I think Chelsea will be heavily focused on bringing in a top centre-back in January. Whether it's going to be Mark Guehi, whether we recall Trevor Chalobah to play alongside Levi Colwill for the rest of the season. I want to talk a minute here about JustACoupleGs, because I think Chelsea right now have got ourselves a gem. He's just signed a new deal that will see him stay at Chelsea, and I think till 2029. And I think the great thing with that Champong is with Reece James and Gusto coming back, obviously, if those two are fit, then they're going to be the first choice right backs all day long. But the versatility and the comfortability this guy has of stepping up into like the midfield positions when Chelsea are attacking, which we will see a very dominant Chelsea possession game here against Morecambe. We're going to have a lot of the ball. The majority of the match will be played in the Morecambe half and probably inside the Morecambe box. So with that Champong, in the games that we've seen him play so far, he looks very comfortable when he's playing further up the field. When he's got the time and the space, even against Ipswich, I don't think necessarily it was his fault that we conceded 2 goals there and lost that game. But overall, I'm excited to see him play again. Malo Gusto, I think, he needs some minutes. He's been out of form. And I think as much as Reece James has been back in the side, I think Chelsea should look at this and be like, well, even if Gusto doesn't feature, at Champong at right back, James come on for the last half an hour or so. I think Chelsea need to get some minutes for Reece James in this match, but I don't think he'll start. Interestingly as well, Renato Vega, I don't know if this is just me. Let me know your thoughts on Vega in the comments. I've been quite impressed with Vega in the Conference League games, and when I've seen him come on, I think he's been a good player. And there's been a lot of rumours that we might even be looking to sell him in this January window. I find that one a bit bizarre, to be honest, considering Ben Chilwell's been frozen out since the start of the season. But we move now into the midfield. I've gone with a pivot. I've gone strong for this game. I think Lavia, I'm filming this before the Enzo Maresca press conference. I know a lot of you guys hate it when I do the match previews before the press conference. It's purely because I'm 8 hours ahead here, so sometimes it's impossible to get the video recorded, edited, and uploaded after the presser. So I'm going with Lavia and Caicedo. I'm sure Enzo Maresca will give us a good idea as to what's happening with his team selection in the press conference. I don't think he'll necessarily be too shy about dropping hints and stuff for this game. But I want to see Lavia and Caicedo in there together. I think Caicedo looks so fit at the moment. He looks brilliant. I think this is a great game for Lavia to come back. We heard earlier this week that he's very, very close, as he said in that Instagram comment reply, to a return to the Chelsea team. So I think we've got solidity there. Not that I think we're going to need to be too savvy when it comes to protecting the defence with this one, but I'd like to maybe see one of Lavia or Caicedo getting forward a bit more. I think with Cesare Casadei looking as though he's on the verge of leaving, I don't see there really being any minutes for him. And then we finish, I was thinking, do I want to put Christopher Nkunku in this team? I think it's pretty much confirmed that he probably will leave this January from what we understand. But I'm going to say Noni on the right, Joao Felix in the middle, Christopher Nkunku over on the left, or Felix over on the left, with Nkunku as the 10, and Mark Guiu as the striker. He's the top scorer in the Conference League this season. I'm not going to give my score prediction right now. We're going to wait till the end of the video. But mark my words. Mark my words. If Mark Guiu starts against Morecambe, he scores. 100%. This kid, I'm really excited about him, you know. At the moment, there's a lot of talk. I spoke in the news video earlier today about Liam Delap. I spoke about the crazy price tag, but the brilliance of Alexander Isak. We compared Nicholas Jackson to Isak. There is a world here where you could see Jackson play purely because I think he needs a goal at the minute. I think he's just not quite looked up to scratch in recent weeks. And maybe you give him the start, get himself a few goals or whatever. But look, when it comes to Chelsea in this January window, we're led to believe at the moment that the big focus is going to be on a centre-back. There's a lot of rumours about maybe Kvaratskhelia, left winger, if Mudrik's suspension is going to be as long as we anticipate. Lots of talk about Liam Delap, maybe a striker coming in. For Christopher Nkunku, I'm not even sure. Maybe Tyreek George plays on the left with Joao Felix going as the 10. Maybe Nkunku is almost so done right now that we don't even see him start this game. The question I've got about Nkunku is it looks as though his head's already out of the door. It looks as though the effort has seemingly gone when I've seen him on the pitch recently. So, going to go with Nkunku, with Felix on the left. But I would not be surprised if Tyreek George started this game with Joao Felix playing in his preferred position as a number 10. But mark my words, Mark Guiu scores if he starts this game. By the way, we will be live for a watch-along on GBFC, so make sure you stay tuned for that one. Subscribe, get on the notification so you don't miss it. Score prediction, I'm going to go with the same as what we saw in the 2020-21 season, which I believe was a 4-0 win at home to Morecambe. I'm going to say Joao Felix will score. I think Renato Vega's going to score, weirdly, and 2 goals for the striker, Mark Guiu. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What is your Chelsea lineup? And obviously, I know I've said it once already in this video, but if Maresca in his press conference says anything that was obviously clearly wrong in my preview, I'm sorry, it's just one of those I had to film it before to get this uploaded so that you guys didn't miss it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the watch along. Come on, you Blues.